What's good with y'all? I hope y'all are taking care of yourselves. I love each and every one of y'all. I always gonna tell y'all that I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all for tuning in. You feel me? Whether that's for 2 seconds, 2 minutes, I appreciate you. Hopefully y'all taking care of yourselves. Y'all staying up, staying motivated, staying positive, staying disciplined, staying true to yourself. I'm gonna make this a quick video, but it has to be talked about because a lot of people, a lot of men go through this. You feel me? And I can only speak on the man behalf because I was born a man. And when I grow up, well, I was born a little boy, grow up to be a teenager, and then evolve into a man. That's how I should dissect it. But I think conversations like this should always be had, whether that's online or offline, with the people that you love or people that you barely know. But every man has had that moment where they sat down in their car, they sat down on the concrete somewhere in the backyard or in their room, just spacing themselves out, don't want nobody to see them. And they just let the emotions just flow. They just let the tears flow through their eyes and down their face. And whether that's for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, however long it is, we just let ourselves, you feel me? And, those tears that men shed for 5 to 10 minutes, however long you need to cry, that was probably for, 2 to 5 minutes of tears being shed. Those are probably 2 to 5 years of you just not think about your emotions and you going through so much and your mental, your psychological ain't there, your emotion state, you just went so numb. You're not even trying to think about it. But that one day you just sat down and you probably just got off work, or you probably came back home from school if you commute, or you probably at school, you just got out of class and you probably flunked the class or something. It don't got to be the most dire situations where you about to be homeless. But everybody's reason for why they get emotional is valid. You feel me? You just let that shit go. It was probably for years of you just going through life. You feel me? And like I said, everybody's going through life. It's different. So, and it's unfortunate that a lot of men, we think that when we have something on our chest or we damn near about to cry, we hit certain emos like we hit the, you know what I'm saying? We wipe our eyes like we tired of something, but the whole time we trying to hold back tears, or you do the little stretch like, but really you trying to hold back tears. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody asks you, are you okay? And you haven't been asked that in a while. And you like, yeah, I'm fine. But you can't look them in their face because, you might ball up. Those tears were from moments like that, bro. And a lot of us really don't want to express ourselves because, obviously all people are not like this, but there are people out there in the world that will hold that against you, especially if you in a relationship. Not all women are like this, but there are certain situations in life, because it happens, that a man cries in front of a woman and a woman might get turned off. A woman might see you, in your worst state, and she gonna hold it against you if you try to be dominant, if you try to tell her, hey, can you please not do that? Like, out of respect for the relationship, please not do that. Or, feel me, like she gonna throw your flaws and shit back at you after you was in your most vulnerable state. And it's like the person that you put your trust in, it's like, damn, I told you how I felt. I shed a few tears in front of you and you do me like this, like you dump me, or you don't look at me the same. You don't respect me no more because I cried. A lot of men don't even want to deal with that, bro. So they just hold it in. They don't say nothing. And it's unfortunate that it's like this, but that's just the reality of the situations. So, obviously there's people out there that love you and care about you and always tell you that, if you need a shoulder to cry on, if you need to take off the mask, you feel me, then do that. But do it around those people that genuinely care, that you know that they're not going to judge you. Do it around, if you know your wife or if you know your girl is with you for the long run and she been there with you through the days of the slums, let those emotions go, man. You feel me? Because it's not a good thing to hold so much anger, so much sadness, so much thoughts. You feel me? Because we gonna think every day. We gonna think 24/7. You feel me? There's no way we go through our days without thinking. Even when we at work and we work these slave shifts. You feel me? We're thinking because we're like, damn, at work, you're like, damn, like I'm really doing this shit for hours on end. And yeah, you got people to talk to, but you don't, when you at work, you don't really give a damn about those people. It's not saying that you hate them, but it's not people that you consider your bro. Especially if you part-time, bro. You're not finna see them for the rest of your life. You feel me? So it's just like, man, men out there, please shed those tears, man. And it's not fair to yourself. It's not fair that you have to hold all that in because you believe that as a man, you just can't express yourself. It's not fair. Feel me? No matter what age you are, you don't gotta be, like I said earlier, you don't have to be in the most horrible situations to express yourself, to let some tears go. You don't have to be the oldest. You don't have to be, 30, 40 years old. Bro, you could be 18, bro. You could be 13 years old. You could be a little teenager growing up. There's probably some things that you're going through at school that you probably getting bullied or something. You probably got, it's so many different things of why men cry, why boys, teenagers cry. So don't hold yourself back from expressing yourself, man. And don't let social media act like you weak or you you know what I'm saying? Don't, come on. Don't let social media dictate how you supposed to live your life. Because all this shit is fake anyway. So I love each and every one of y'all. Hope y'all taking care of yourselves, genuinely. Hopefully y'all are really trying to evolve, stay positive, stay disciplined, stay true to yourself. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.